Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So in today's video, we will be talking about an upcoming pattern that is pretty concerning. And it may sound like I'm being extreme, but let me show you the anomalies in terms of temperatures that could be occurring across portions of the western United States, and another anomaly in terms of precipitation across a different portion of the United States. So just a lot of weather that will be on bordering with the extremes, right? So that's always never really something you want to see. But if you are new, guys, hello and welcome. I do videos about the weather. I'm a hobbyist. I just observe the weather and make videos about it. I did realize my mic was a bit further away, so I do apologize about that. So yeah, if you're new, consider subscribing, obviously, once you check out the channel. If you're a returning viewer, consider liking, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff. Let's get into this. So right now, notice what we have. The excessive heat watches across the Northwest. Now, that is very well warranted. Some of those locations will be just absolutely blistering. Sizzling and heat that is more typical to the southwestern United States, let alone the northwestern United States. So really, I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not with those numbers. I'll show you. The maps do the justice to that. The rest of the United States, notice it is pretty calm. We do have a bit of rain exiting the northeast. There was some severe weather today. Nothing that, at least I know of, that was tremendous. Again, just a few thunderstorms, some small hail probably, and some damaging winds, as you would usually with a strong cold front during the summer. I do want to say that there are a bit of some storms across the Iowa area and Nebraska that have extremely large hail. Sorry about that. So let's take a look at the severe thunderstorm warning. And you could see it on the radar. Look at that. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Yeah, this is definitely a damaging hail event. This is another watch. You could see 2-inch hail. That is large. And actually, the thunderstorm that I want to show you is right here. So notice we have the Omaha radar on. Look at those colors. So that you could tell that's a strong hail core. That may seem like it's very large precipitation or water droplets. Yeah, I'm sorry, but there's no way that's rain. That is definitely a very powerful hail core. That's pretty much maxing out the radar intensity right there. So yeah, definitely large hail just west of Columbus, Nebraska, not Ohio. Elsewhere, notice we have a bit of thunderstorm activity, some rain. This is much needed. It is rather dry across these portions. And then if we were to take a look at let's take a look at the larger radar again. Here are the storms. Notice that's the one right there. Look at that core. That is definitely impressive. Usually, an impressive thunderstorm just has like the dark reds, right? And that could still have damaging hail. So some of these did have that as well. Notice another one right there had some damaging hail. This one also has some damaging hail. So definitely supportive for some heavy hail. Here's our cold front. Notice it turned more into a light rain event at this point. There were some thunderstorms with it earlier. Notice just south and east of Boston, and it went along the east coast. Definitely welcome. This is a nice soaking rain. This isn't gonna just wash away right from the dry soil. It's gonna be able to percolate down deep into the roots of plants that need the water, or if they don't need the water, then at least there's not going to be necessary amounts, as you know, this is a light moderate rain, so it's able to absorb it very well. And notice it moves off, so that will be coming to an end for most, though across the south we do have some storms that are bringing some more dramatic rainfall rates. Notice across the southwest, where the drought is very bad, really I should say just the west and southwest, there's a bit of activity. Notice some severe weather possible into Oregon right there, which doesn't seem right to say, but that's a possibility. And notice that, yeah, it's definitely isolated. Unfortunately, it would be better if there was some more widespread rain. But let's take a look at some of these temperatures that I was talking about. So let's go over here, take a look at the GFS. What we have pulled up is the temperature anomalies. Where you see the blue, that's below average for this time of the year. Where you see the red, that's above average. If you're feeling chilly today across the eastern United States, I know here it was a very beautiful day. It was sunny for most of the day, a bit of clouds, and very comfortable. It was, I think, lower 70s. If not even upper 60s for most of the day. So yeah, definitely nice. But look at the northwest. The west, completely different story. So this may look like if it's a heat wave already. And yeah, you're right. It 100% is. And if you're to take a look at the 2-meter temperature shaded, this is what it looks like during the night. And during the day, this is what it looks like. You could obviously see very hot temperatures across Washington, Oregon, Idaho. Definitely a warm air mass. It gets worse from here. Notice into now Thursday, the warmth stays a bit chilly across the southwest for Thursday, and across the eastern United States and East and South, it is all over the place in terms of anomalies. We have a bit of some cooler patches of air and some warmer, again, mainly where the cloud cover is or where there is no cloud cover, right? And then notice, look at that. Friday, look at that right there. We're starting to see some extremely high temperatures across British Columbia, and that spreads. Look at this. This is now into Saturday. This is pretty much off the charts at this point. That coloring is 28 degrees above average, and that is in Celsius. So that could 28 degrees above in Celsius. That's just unthinkable. That's almost 60 degrees in some areas above average. And notice this continues. Look at this into Sunday. Look at that. I mean, very chilly here across the south central U.S., but nothing matching these colors right there into the snowpack areas. I mean, that's just those are incredible temperatures. And if you were to take a look at 2-meter temperatures shaded, look at that. During the day, 105, Seattle 92, Oregon, Portland 95, much of the Southwest also being relatively warm. Look at that. This is during the day, this is now during the day. Peak daytime heating, Seattle 106. I don't know what the record high temperature ever on record is, but I'm assuming it's somewhere getting close, if not beating that right there. And if you're to take a look at this, it gets worse. I do want to also say that a lot of these locations are in a drought. They had the minimal amounts of rain during the winter, though it wasn't abysmal for the Northwest, and they were hoping that there would be some more rain relief. Yeah, this is just gonna make the whole Northwest pretty much be a dry cracked soil. Just everything. I mean, that has no mercy. Look at that. During the nights, there's no relief, right? During the day, especially, look at that, just hammering Idaho, Washington, Oregon, Montana, especially western Montana, Northern California, into Nevada, and this just stays for so many days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, just relentless heat. This is not good. This is not good news. I mean, this is truly something that is I don't see often. I mean, sometimes, maybe last year, I think I saw at one given point, maybe I think it was late August, there was an anomaly across southern Canada that was, this really extreme color. But for such a large area that far north, it seems like these temperature anomalies just get more extreme each year, in some way or another, in terms of cool or the heat. If you recall, across Texas during the winter, I mean, we had insanely cold temperatures. Look at that. Seattle 94, just west or just east 107, 105. Definitely, I would say triple digits are likely. And just to show you that this heat does, settle down a bit comparatively. I mean, it's not anymore across Seattle 116 like it showed in that one day, or 106 it was, but 98, that is 78, so a bit cooler, but look, still very warm across the west. And the heat wave is still definitely there, and now it's starting to spread further towards the rest of the U.S. So at this point, this is 4th of July, right? Sunday. Now we look at Monday. Look at that. Still very, very warm. Obviously, maybe not as warm, more of a typical heat wave, right? But still, the colors are bright red there. The rest of the United States, no extremes really. I mean, maybe a bit of warmth, maybe followed by a bit of cool weather you could see. Again, mainly driven by storms, upper disturbances, short waves, thunderstorm outflows, typical for a summer pattern. But look at that, it just drenches the Northwest, especially the Northwest, but it will definitely spread into the Southwest as well, and the upper plains on given days, and just torrential in terms of heat. 100, look at that, the plains, North Dakota, South Dakota, 100, here, 108. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some records broken, maybe even at Death Valley. I don't know. That's just makes you cringe. Those colors right there. That's not good. And let's take a look at the Canadian, since you may be thinking, oh, this is just one model, the GFS. It's very hyper. Maybe it's inaccurate. Well, unfortunately, I hope that would be true regarding this situation, but it's not the only one that shows us. Canadian, notice, right? Definitely favors the northwest with the warmth, and it really kicks things into high gear during the weekend into the last week of June. Look at that. And if I were to zoom out a bit and show you southwestern Canada, it's really the same story. This was a bit too far of a zoom out. I kind of want to just show you. Let's just look at North America. So you can see that it's actually very, very bad across all of Western Canada, and it's actually just kind of only the southern extent of it spreads into the Northwest. Otherwise, look at that. I mean, it is just that's just gut-wrenching. Heat right there. That is something you don't want to see that far to the north, or honestly wherever. It's such an anomaly. of heat. And notice that kind of spreads, right? We do still see a very, 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 very large heat mass, and that does stick around, but maybe tiny bit getting degraded, and as you can see, it kind of slides to the south, this whole thing, and slides to the south and west. But you can see, obviously, that's not as strong of an anomaly maybe as there was the first week of June, or the last week of June. Look at this. So when was that very hot day? Sunday. That's just incredible. I mean, hundreds this far to the north. I mean, you could see how chilly these locations should be if it's almost 50 degrees above average and they're seeing 80. Yeah, definitely not good. That's not good news. And thankfully it does decrease in intensity as this goes on, but still, just the fact that it's going to get there in the first place is very bad, and across the northwest it will stay rather warm. Again, the European would show you very, very similar things. I don't have the anomaly on this map for the European, but you could still look at the 500 millibar geopotential height. So wherever you see a ridge, that indicates heat, and look right there, those colors, it's indicating of that very, very strong heat. Here we have that dip, which obviously is why the Midwest may stay a bit cooler in portions of the east, or at least east of the Rockies. And it does turn into more of a zonal flow, thankfully, later on. But again, that means that the heat gets suppressed to the south, and portions of the plains, the southwest, will get in that heat once the northwest is done. So again, very just not good news all around. A concerning pattern, as I mentioned. Couldn't stress that enough. Now let's take a look at the GEFS. So this is a ensemble of over, I think, 50 models. So it's a huge group of GFS-like models. Notice this is what it shows. We have very, very warm conditions, again, developing by the weekend across the northwest. Again, this isn't just one model. This is a combination of many. And you can see they agree that it should be rather chilly, especially across the southwest. Just northeast of the southwest, across Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska. Very chilly air mass compared to what's going on across the northwest. And yeah, unfortunately, these two things keep each other in check. It can't move anywhere because it's warm here. This thing can't move really to the south because it's cool here. It's kind of a mess. And notice that this continues for a while the cool air does spill into the southwest a bit. At some portions, you can see that the heat is more eager to do so as well. And it does lessen in terms of anomaly, right? But that could be just because it's further out and the models have less confidence on how warm it will be. And it could equally stay as warm. Definitely above average. But you can see the colors are still bright red, but again, it does seem like it will start favoring different portions of the U.S., more of the northern United States and all of southern Canada, and maybe more of the southwest, let alone just the northwest. But yeah, just not good anomalies. And I mean, look at that. Some of these locations right here are extremely above average. And yes, this doesn't look like a heat wave, 80s. A lot of people in the south would be like, I wish we had 80s. If this same anomaly would be occurring across Georgia, for example, there would be like 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 130. I mean, literally, that's what it would be. It's truly, I don't know, because oftentimes, I make videos where I'm just like, wow, this is crazy, this is insane, and that's the case. There are many things that are crazy about the weather, which is also kind of what keeps it a bit fun sometimes. But in this case, this just takes the cake of all craziness, and it's not good by any measure. Maybe if they had some sort of flooding problems and needed things to dry out, then maybe I could see someone could argue that's good. In this case, that's obviously not the case. I mentioned this a few times while I was recording the video. Look at this, the drought. It's very, very bad across the northwest. Now, it's not as bad as it is across the southwest, but the northwest was the area that they were hoping, could kind of stay in this, or at least not get worse. At this point, that doesn't seem likely. I mean, okay, you can see Seattle wasn't abnormally dry, so, not that bad. Some moderate to severe drought, that's tolerable. It's not a crisis yet. But after those anomalies, I wouldn't be surprised if most of Washington and Oregon are placed in the extreme, and probably not the exceptional, unless the following pattern change after this brings a ton of rain. Same thing with the upper plains. I mean, it's the Midwest will be getting more of a break because it's going to be cooler, rainier, so this is at least that's much, at least there's that much. But the southwest and just the west, one of the worst droughts they have been in. And this isn't just like a one-time drought, because they've been stuck in these cycles for now around 22 years. This is what they kind of coined this drought already, going on for 22 years between phases of worse intensity and less. And I think this year will be one of the worst ones. Hopefully it's like the worst, and then the drought ends. We see it, say, like an El Nino pattern, and we see tons of rain for the west. unfortunately, that's super far out, and we can't predict that. So the only prognosis right now is the short term one, which doesn't look good. So yeah, it's sad because we made a lot of progress here across the winter times. There was some, rain that fell across many locations that needed it. Again, now it just looks to get worse, and the rivers will probably be drying up. Ecological crises of all kind, just not good. But at least the Midwest looks to be more active in terms of rain. So at least we will have that much, not just the whole United States is ridden with drought. But yeah, it just really really not good news, I would say. But just to keep things on the brighter side, that there's always, even once that temperature anomaly, once it does form and brings a lot of heat and a lot of records, hopefully there could be a cool off and maybe winter could come. There are some signs that there could be another active year for the Northwest this upcoming winter, but I could make a separate video on that. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all guys on the next episode. Stay safe, and yeah, see ya. Bye. Also, yeah, before we finish, stay cool because seriously, this isn't like a heat wave that's, oh, Northwest, that means 70s. Like a lot of people like to joke that the Northwest never gets heat waves. This is serious. If you were to take a look at Seattle, again, some of these 95, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some triple digits, especially on Sunday. They haven't, put out the triple digits yet because it's further out, but definitely wouldn't be surprised. All right, see you guys. Bye.